My name is Abraham Great. Welcome again to my platform. In this platform, you will learn tips that will help you to connect to your destiny, business-wise and in many other ways. But these tips has the proclivity to move you into action. So it is working. Now, today I'm talking about how to be a big earner. How to be a big earner. Now, one of the things that used to surprise me is, in my early 20s, I will be, I'll be going in London, either in Liverpool Street or Hull Street or London Bridge, and I will see ray of heads, people going in and out, and I will ask myself, everybody going to work, but at the end of the month, everybody have different pay structure. And I used to ask myself, why this parity? So sometimes you will stop somewhere to have a coffee, and as you're having a coffee, you're earning so much, and then the person you are speaking to, ordinary Joe Blog like yourself, the same height, same color sometimes, and maybe sometimes even with less education than you, but they are earning far more. One day, I got to a point where I saw, I'm just gonna say, maybe I was earning about £1,300 a month, and I met someone about my age, and guess what? He was earning about £10,000 a month, and then that's where I knew that something is wrong with whatever. And every one of us, we're going into the market. Everyone is going into the marketplace, but we all return with a different pay structure. What do you need to do? Look at the man, for example, Thomas Edison, who invented the light. He had to use a thought to liberate himself, but not just liberating himself, liberating the entire world by producing the bulb. I want to introduce you to something today like that bulb moment that happened to Thomas Edison, which is to learn what you need to do to be a big money earner. Number one, you got to be a big thinker. Now, you've got to be a big thinker. You've got to be able to believe that you can, you will, and you must. You've got to get to a point where you have to tell yourself that those who are earning better than you don't have two heads. They don't have, they weren't born differently. Your country, your background does not even determine where you end up in life. It's all a function of your mind. You've got to think big. Now, from the moment that I had that experience, I began to think differently. I began to think about what I could do with a bigger income, what I could do with my life if I had a better income. I could do this, I could do that. I could live in a better part of the community. I could ride a better car. I could take care of my family. I could take care of, as many things, my dreams, my aspiration. One of which then was to own a music studio. To have a music studio. I play the piano, I play guitar, I play drums, I write songs, I play the guitar, but I would love to have a music studio in my home to be able to record my own. And I just realized when my mentality changed, my reality changed. The same thing with you listening to me now. If you can begin to learn to think big, sometimes you think your thought pattern is affecting your earning capability because you're thinking you can't. You're thinking that the other people are privileged. You're thinking that the other people are better connected. And in some cases, you're thinking other people are better educated. Now, the difference is the other people are better trained. They're also better informed. So in your thought pattern, you begin to trace, what do I need to know that I need to know? I have a friend who still lives in the city of London since I moved out of London to live in another city. And this friend of mine now earns high as an IT person. He doesn't have a degree, he still doesn't have a university degree, but he earns so much money, even better than the one that I told you that in my early 20s. What does he have? He had a training. Think of what training you can do that can help you to become a top earner. You've got to be able to think on paper. Even if you do a research on Google right now, top earning career in your city. You find what they are. The fact that you study mathematics does not mean you have to be a mathematician. You would always bring all the experiences of what you study or you did not study into the field of training. So you can, for example, learn some skills. You can learn a training that you would take for a month, or 2 months, or 3 months, that you may not even get a university degree for, can change your entire life and change your career. So think possibility. Think big. Think about yourself being able to afford, going on holidays to places that you would never have imagined that you could go to. Some of the things that I do to make, my life enjoyable is sometimes I just buy the ticket and I'm traveling. I'm going far away to China. I'm going to Hong Kong. Sometimes I go all the way as far as I can with my wife and sometimes with my children. When you are big in your mind, you will be big in your act. You'll be able to do bigger things because your expression in life cannot be bigger than your thought pattern. The number 2 thing that you have to do is to have a strong reason why you want to earn money. Why do you actually want to earn higher amount of money? Now, one good reason what you could have is, number 1, you want to be able to live a healthier life. You don't want to live on cheap food. You don't want to live on, you want to eat more organic. And organic food are actually more expensive. It could be because you want to school your children better. You want to be able to maybe educate yourself better. Maybe you have some long-term goals that you want to be able to fulfill. One of it is you want to buy your own house. You want to build your own house. One of which is you want to buy a good car. If you check in one of my videos, I talk about 4 things that you need to invest money in. One of them that I spoke about is to buy a good bed. Now, if you earn better money, you understand. And I spoke about the scientific or the benefits of having a good bed. An average person is going to spend average of how many years? 8 hours on a bed. Most people will die on the bed. If you cannot afford a big bed, you don't understand the impact the bed you slept on affects, the rest of the thing you do in the day. So you could do that and you can find your reason. Your reason may be because you want to save a community. You want to be able to influence other people. You want to be able to start your own business. You want to be able to run bigger things. So have a strong reason and write them down. The other things that the number 3 things that you need to do is to have somebody to look up to. Now, often the case, when you don't have someone to look up to, you do not have information that will benefit you. Because sometimes in life, your circle of influence affects your circle of thought. Your circle of influence affects your circle of thought. There are people that you will move with that will influence you to live a normal life. They're not dreaming big. They don't believe. They're always looking up to other people. But you've got to always look at somebody that you choose maybe as a mentor or coach. As a mentor or coach, I prefer in this particular case that you look for somebody that you benchmark more like a mentor. And let the person know, sir, I'm here, I want to improve the quality of my life and I want to follow you. I want you to teach me what I need to do. And the persons will begin to help you. In my case, one of those things that I did was I found someone in a career that I thought that I think I should be able to do well in, that was project management. And then I found this guy, Chris, and every day I'll go to Chris. Chris would talk to me. I'll be with his family, and himself and his wife were both project managers. And before I knew it, I'd passed my project management training exam. And before I knew it, he was also helping me out to forge ahead to actually find a job. So we walked through all the process together until I found my first job. And guess what? When I began to earn that kind of money, I never let go of him. Then the number 4 thing that you want to think is be creative. Be creative. Or another way to put it is be innovative. The world has vacuums. There are problems everywhere. There are many products and services, and if you are creative to always think what others are not thinking, you will earn big money. Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook thought a process that other people were not thinking. Today is one of the richest people on the earth. You may not be able to start at that large scale, but you can actually think a solution You might take a design. You might think a project that other people are not thinking. And in some cases, you are thinking what other people are thinking already, but you are packaging it in a different way. You may think a marketing idea. You may think a mediating idea. You may think an intermediary idea, which is this person need that thing. So in one case, I give you an example, because somebody was going to buy something, somebody was going to buy a private jet. And I know someone else who know where they sell private jet. And because I heard that this person was going to buy a private jet, that you can think, don't think yourself out of transactions like that. There are other people that just buy medical equipment, and you are able to reach out to places where they can get it, and you are a middleman and you are able to earn large commissions. So be creative. Don't always think that your job is always your source of income. You can earn money for more than that. And number 5, get past optimism and pessimism. And I know that this seems to you like an oxymoron. So I mean, what I'm saying is that you've got to live above both pessimism and optimism. Now, optimism means that you're always positive, which is necessary. You don't need pessimism, but you've got to go past both of them to being pragmatic. So you need pragmatism. You've got to actually live to be real. Be real with yourself. Be authentic with yourself. Is what you're earning now, is it really going to give you a good retirement? Tell yourself the truth. But not just that. Pragmatism also means when you think that creative thought, when you have found that mentor that you need, and when you are thinking, and when you have a strong reason and all the things that you want to do, you actually have to go into action. You have to go into action. I love the word of Ellen Keller, who said, I am only one, but still I am someone. He said, and because I realized that I cannot do everything, I will not refuse to do something that I can do. I don't know if I put that quote exactly the way she said it, but you can find it. Ellen Keller, you can find it on Google. Ellen Keller, I'm only one quote. Beautiful. You're only one person. You cannot do everything, but there is one thing you can do. You can change your own earning range, your earning capacity. You can earn a lot more money. But guess what? It is working. Click and subscribe for more video. It is working.